In this video, you will see how we broke the world record for the tallest tower made of wooden toy blocks. What's up, Domino community? I'm Hevish5.
I'm Kapla Ben.
And we're here at London Olympia building the world record Kapla Tower. Benjamin, you've been planning this project for a long time. Why did you want to build this?
It's just a very simple idea of just a very tall tower, and then I want to do my usual style, which is self-collapsing. So it starts with the domino line and then everything falls after that.
So we're starting by laying out the base of the tower, just following Benjamin's directions and replicating the pattern on every side of the tower. Now, this design took months for Benjamin to refine. He made 10 smaller prototypes before doing this huge build, and with each version, he iterated on the design and made sure that everything would work properly from one connection to the next.
So first prototype was about finding structure that can be very tall, and then once we had that, then it was about how do we get the movement inside the tower and then finally collapse it. Challenges were I didn't want to do dominoes around, so the previous similar structure, I think it was about 7 meters or so, and there was a support and an actual domino line, but here it's a bit too dangerous because it's so massive, so I had to invent a design where it's a wall structure around that's nice to build and collapses nicely.
So they made a custom platform for us to build on, and it had to be completely smooth, completely level, but we did run into this problem where if you were walking on the platform or like moving, it would actually shift over the Kaplas very slightly. Alright, what happened?
Third layer.
Oh no.
Third layer should be
it's already shaking.
Yeah. Oh.
We have reached the point where we now need to stand on top of boxes. To make sure that we built the tower straight, we used a laser level and a plumb line as guides. Every once in a while, we would check the green line just to ensure that the planks were in the middle and everything was all centered. A cardboard circle was hung from the plumb line so we could easily see if any part of the tower was shifting too far. We just had to make sure that the distance from the plumb bob and the tower was even all around. And as the structure got taller and tapered in, we moved the plumb bob up on the pulley system and then cut the cardboard circles smaller.
Bob!
We are approaching the height where we need to get on the lifts. Let's go build. We're going up. So the tower is broken up into 4 distinct sections. Stage 1 is primarily a structural element to the base. We used a lot of vertically placed planks that are arranged in a pillar, and slowly it tapers in towards the top. Now you'll notice in this stage, each pillar is connected by bridges every 8 layers, and this is to make it as sturdy as possible. Having the bridges really makes it a lot more stable, and if you look at it from the overhead view, it sort of looks like a square with a big X inside. Now to start the tower, we've built a series of levers which are supporting 2 large pillars on either side of the tower. When the levers are triggered, these pillars will immediately collapse downward from the weight. By the end of day 1, we had built the tower about 7 meters tall, which honestly was a bit slow progress-wise, but we were still on track to break the record by day 4. Day 2, let's go. And then we move on to stage 2. Stage 2 is where the tower becomes more of a cylinder. We call this the Colosseum part of the tower, where we'll build 2 spiral helix walls that will slowly travel up towards the end of stage 2. Having a wall here is an aesthetic choice, but it's also a great way to move the chain reaction up and slowly build suspense before it topples the entire structure. So these walls will be triggered by the 2 pillars on the side, which will then spiral upwards and then lead to stage 3. Next, Next, in stage 3, we have a tower that's sort of built inside of another tower. The idea is that when the helix wall finishes, it will trigger the inner tower, which you will then see drop inside of the outer tower. And you'll see that we've intentionally made these big window gaps so you can see the inner tower fall inside. After it drops, the planks will fall into the connection systems between stage 1 and 2, which will then knock down the rest of the tower. And then finally, for stage 4, it's pretty much just tower and a pointy arrow. So we'll try to build this as tall as we can, using a building technique that is as stable and as lightweight as possible. We also ran into this huge issue where we noticed that some of the Kaplas were smaller than the rest. And when you're building a tower this tall, something like that can really add up and make something look super uneven. And surprisingly, the ones that were smaller came in handy because when the tower did start to get uneven, we could use those smaller planks to sort of adjust for the misalignment.
With this build, we actually developed a technique where we build towers at an angle. With planks, we can push inside or slide out to correct for differences of below a Kapla thickness.
Building is going incredibly well. We just hit the 20-meter tall point, which means we have officially broken the world record. We've used at least like 75,000 planks at this point, and it is supporting so much weight. Like, look at the support systems underneath. This is literally holding up tens of thousands of planks. They're finishing the final pieces. Check this out. Nice. Well done.
We have 3 protective measures. So one, we build on top of the levers more layers of Kapla so that one single plank won't destroy them, but many planks will destroy them. Then we have the cardboard holding on two sticks that we remove at the end. And yeah, the third measure is the usual. We stop the levers with a stack of planks that we also remove at the end. So yeah, this makes it very safe when we build a tower that falling planks won't activate it prematurely.
We're moments away from the fall down. How are you both feeling?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good?
Yeah,
Very confident. I'm really excited. It looks incredible. Literally 25 meters tall, and we got a new world record. So let's do this.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we definitely need to replay this in slow motion. So first the levers topple, which then trigger the side pillars, and that knocks down the helix wall to slowly go up the tower. Now stage 3 actually got triggered a bit too early before the walls even reached it. So if you look at the wide shot, some of the planks at the top of the tower fell early. And this might be because of vibrations when the wall fell and the stability of stage 4, but these planks fell right into the spiral wall, which triggered stage 3 a little bit too early. And from there, the bridges of stage 3 actually exploded early, which toppled the whole outer portion unexpectedly. Regardless, this was still an amazing topple, and we are all very happy with it. At this point, we had successfully broken the world record, but if that wasn't enough, right after this topple, we set it up again for a second time. Now for Tower 2, we changed a couple of things. First, we added a whole layer of flat spiral planks above the helix wall so that if we dropped any planks, we wouldn't knock down the second tower by accident. We also added caps and extra planks on the top layer of the wall so that if someone did drop a plank, the spiral trigger would not topple early. Another difference you'll see is that stage 3 is a lot smaller, which hopefully makes this more stable, and stage 4 has more window gaps. Now these towers are purely to stabilize the entire tower because the second time we built it, it was actually a lot more unstable. By adding these stabilizer towers, we were able to re-level the tower and make sure everything was straight and even. We're getting some shots with this light that's inside the tower, and it looks so cool. It's like going all the way up through the tower, and you can see the light coming through all the holes and the gaps. It looks amazing.
So right now they are removing the final safety planks from the bottom of the tower, so it's going to be live and everything is ready to topple in probably in just a few minutes now.
Remember to breathe.
Yeah. A couple of people are asking, are you nervous?
I'm not like super nervous because we've already done this.
Yeah, true.
I'm
true.
more just like eager to topple it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go! Go there, back. Yeah, go back.
Okay, I gotta admit, this was super unexpected. The entire tower just collapsed immediately. So it looks like after the side pillars fell, these planks on the side just randomly start moving. I'm not really sure why this happened. There's like no reason for these planks to start moving because it's part of the support system for the rest of the tower. But I guess that was enough to knock down the entire structure. And even though it went earlier than expected, I'm still pretty happy that the tower fell. Like there was a huge risk that the tower would just stop halfway and not topple. So even if it fell early, this was still an incredible topple, and we ended up breaking our own world record again with 27 meters tall. Please give this video a thumbs up for a brand new world record. I want to give a shout out to our featured community member, Kapla Ben, who organized this entire project. Huge shout outs to him. This was one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. Please go check out his channel and subscribe. And as always, I'm Lily Hevish, and keep on building.